linawin ko lang, nag-commit ba si Speaker Alan Peter? Kasi yan ang magulo ngayon. Was there any commitment? Kasi yung pagkakaintindi ng mga tao kagabi, o sige, may term sharing. Eh yung term sharing, yung original term sharing, is supposed to end on October 13, di ba? Turnover na October 14. Kaya lumabas siyang ganyan mga istorya. October 14, we have a new speaker. Malinaw ba kagabi na nag-commit si Speaker Alan na ita-turn over ko sa October 14 kay Congressman Velasco yung speakership? Malinaw ba yon, or there was no commitment, or malinaw ba na hindi na i-honor si term sharing agreement?
Before I will answer that clearly, Pero wala naman October 14 kasi Speaker assumed July 22 eh. So kung bibilahan natin yung 15 months, October 22. Eh si Lord, sinasabi niya September. Ngayon, October 14. No? So, doon pa lang, mali ang mathematics ni Congressman Lord. He should have computed exactly. No? In a direct answer to your question, sabi ni Speaker, Mr. President, I will resign anytime. I will honor the agreement. Even if you ask me to resign as congressman just to prove my loyalty, I have a man of my word. I will do it. However, I cannot commit the sentiments, the votes of the members of Congress. And he was honest. He was fair.
Yeah.
And the president,
but sir, if you don't mind, there seems to be either you're resigning or you're not. Diba? What does the vote of the majority have to do with it? If you're offering to resign, then resign. Para when you say that willing naman ako mag-resign pero pakinggan natin yung boto nila. That's a very big but.
No, nag-resign nga siya today, earlier than October 14 and earlier than end of October. He resigned. He resigned. He was a gentleman. He honored the agreement. He resigned. But
yeah. And then he fell back on the vote of Congress. I mean, that's exactly what he said would happen. That I will offer to resign, pero ang susundin ko yung boto ng Congress. That's not an offer of resignation.
No, he didn't say he will follow the votes of Congress. He said he cannot control the votes, and we voted. And I don't think he will. Hindi niya po babaliwalain yung boto ng congressman. Malinaw kasi this is the clear, no? The speaker will honor the agreement. Nag-resign siya. Pero one thing is clear, ayaw ng majority kay Lord Velasco. I think let's focus on that. It's not anymore a question of competence, question of character now.
Sir, just to be clear, sir, just to be clear. So as far as the speaker's cap is concerned, tapos na ang usapan, nag-resign na yung speaker, pero he was given another vote of confidence by the majority. So there's no more need to change the leadership anytime soon or anytime within the year.
Well, ang importante kasi mapasa ang budget. And one thing we want to tell the media is, Lord, promise to the president in front of all the congressmen and the president, Senator Bongo, he said, if I'm speaker, I will pass the budget as it is. So, maniniwala ba kayo sa kanya? Well, never in the history na pasayan as it is. Saka, bakit pa kami nag-deliberate? Ano pa yan, moro-moro pala yan. What's the constitutional mandate of congressmen pala, of the power of the purse? Sabi niya, pasa na namin yan, as it is. So, yung ibang congressman nagalit. Paano naman yung mga priorities ng iba't ibang lugar? What about priorities, for example, increasing the budget for health, education? He promised that. You should ask him that. Did you promise this? Can you do it?
Okay. What is the worst case scenario now as you're hearing the budget and at the same time you're having to deal with this dilemma as to whether Speaker Cayetano is going to stay on or some disruption is going to happen, or even if the president steps in again and says just honor it. What is the worst case scenario if indeed Lord Allan Velasco steps in as speaker?
I'll give you a background in the meeting. The president asked 3 times kay Velasco, "Oh Lord, tapusin na natin yung budget for love of God para sa bansa to. December ka na mag-take over." Sabi niya, Speaker Alan, payag ka ba tapusin mo yung budget? Yes sir, December, yes. Anong sabi ni Lord? Sir, wag na po. So, his ambition nauna po ang ambisyon niya over the country. Saan ka nakakita na isang congressman, pinag-usapan ng presidente, na December ka na, tapusin yung budget, and he said no. Di ba? And he keep insisting, sir, may palabra de honor, palabra de honor. Yeah, but pinakiusapan ka na ng presidente for love of country, para sa bayan. You should ask him that. Did President Duterte ask you to assume December? Yes. Did he say no? Yeah, he said, wag na. He said, bag December na, baka mawala na ako suporta. Wala ka naman suporta ngayon eh. At least you have 3 months to gain confidence, di ba? I think you should ask him that. Saan ka nakita ng congressman na gusto maging speaker, dinideny po ang Pangulo?
That's only 3 months. Bakit hindi na lang para matapos na? I-honor na lang yung original agreement. That's only, it's actually less than 3 months.
The budget here is at stake. Tignan mo yung nangyari kay Speaker Alvarez, Speaker GMA. Everybody wanted to pass the budget. Because of the transition, naipit po ang budget, kawawang bansa. We don't want that to happen again. Siyempre, ang supporters ni Lord, maghihingi ng posisyon yan, magkakaroon ng shake. Magpapalitan yan in the middle of the budget season. So maraming magagalit. So kawawa naman yung budget. And you ask me why?
Yeah.
You ask me why, ma'am? You ask Lord Velasco, did he read the budget? Can you trust him in the budget now?
Yeah. You were saying hindi man lang kayo nilalapitan ni Lord Velasco. Ano kaya pwede niyang gawin to win you over? Kung sakasakali, ano yung bagay na yun yung sinasabi niyo.
Number one, ma'am. Number one, magpakita siya and magparinig siya sa amin. Ano bang stand niya sa budget? 2021 budget po ang pinag-uusapan. Ano bang priorities niya? Ano bang gusto niyang gawin? Sabi niya, he will pass it as it is. For me, I already have no respect for his position. Then he says, papasa niya as is. So I ask him, wala ka bang plano? Wala ka bang advocacy? I mean, we are in a pandemic now. The children don't have distance learning modules, tablets. Don't you want to fund them about this? Magkakaroon na ng election sa 2022. Sabi ng COMELEC, we need new machines. Don't you want to fund them? Don't you want to fund vaccines in the budget? May mga provisions doon. I mean,
yeah, but Congressman, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask what else was happening in Congress? I completely see your point. We have a quote-unquote a leader in waiting in Lord Allan Velasco. Your charge is masyado siyang prente, masyadong kampante. But on the other hand, this 1521 clock was put before the entire Congress. All the leaders, all of you, all the senior leaders knew that there was an October reckoning or an October turnover. Did nobody, I mean, okay, we get your point about Lord Allan Velasco, but what about the leadership of Alan Peter Cayetano? What about the leadership and the statesman in Alan Peter Cayetano with months to go, knowing that we're in the middle of a pandemic? In the meantime, we have an agreement to turn over sometime in October. We better start preparing now. Did Alan Peter Cayetano, in good faith, prepare for a turnover that he agreed to?
Yes, definitely. When he assumed speakership, he offered Lord, be the senior deputy speaker, presumptive speaker in waiting. Let's work together with Martin. Let's chart the course para may smooth transition. He said, I don't want to be deputy speaker senior. I just want to be chairman of the Energy Committee. Okay. Were you active in all the debates, the plenary discussions, the budget hearings last year? You cannot say, oh, I just wanted to be silent. I mean, it's his choice. Even up to today, people are saying that, oh, the next speaker, what's his stand on the budget? What's his stand on tax measures? What's his stand on all these things? You're saying there's an agreement, yes, but it's not cast in stone. Why? Things change. If the only constant thing in this world is change. Pag sasabihin na cast in stone na yan, di na pwede yan. Si President Duterte said he will not run eh. And yet he won. He ran and he won. Things change. We have to adapt to the change.
Okay.
Diba? So, ito yan eh. I understand your point. Agreement to. But we have to adapt to the times. That agreement was agreed upon before COVID. The Congress has the highest rating ever before COVID, yung nag-survey. We delivered all on the SONA promises. The respect of the people in Congress now has elevated at an all-time high. Dati, ini-small kami ng senador, ini-small kami ng tao. Ngayon, maganda na ang rating, all because of the leadership of Speaker Alan. Now, when all these things are going positive, pabayaan na lang natin because there was an agreement. Yes, if there was an agreement and we respect Lord, yes, by all means, we will not anymore think twice. But do we transfer the the steering of the ship to a captain who's not, for us, who's questionable? Diba? Will you let somebody, a junior captain, drive the ship in a typhoon, in rough waters? Definitely not.